are now recording.
We are now live. Even in 3, 2,
And
B. What are you copyrighted again?
hey, so what is this from?
Huh?
Oh no,
Wait.
where is this coming from?
Welcome to Birdhouse Perfectionist. My name is Sarah.
And my name is Eve.
Well, it's actually Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Which one are we doing?
I said let's get the pop culture bingo. I know that this is going to be posted at the end of December, so I'd like to state I have not been sick for a month.
No.
We are pre-recording this episode, so if anything changes in the next month, it wasn't us.
We just want to give everybody a heads up as well. We will be taking a brief break and then returning again in 2026.
Yeah, specifically January 5th, 2026. So if you're listening to this is probably the last episode of the year, which is so weird.
If the listeners did not listen to our previous episode, so we had a halfway through the year episode, and then we did this previously right around the end of 2024. So Eve, would you like to give everyone a summary of kind of what this is?
So in January of 2025, I think, did we do it in 2024 too?
We did it at the end of 2024, and then we released the episode in January 2025.
Okay, so as you may know, we're not New Year's resolutions people, but we do like to be weird and try to predict the future. So
Yes.
in January of 2025, when you heard this episode, we posted an episode detailing what our bingo card would be / like what our thoughts / rumors would be for the year. We had no idea how it would go.
Oh, yeah, no. Some of them we were just like, I'm going to throw those out there.
like throwing shit at the wind,
Yeah.
hoping that it'd figure out. And midway through the year, we decided to do it just like as an update, end of the year. So this is the final recap of 2025. We are working on one for 2026.
Yes. So this is the finalized, like I said, you'll hear other ones that jump up in and out of the 2025 pop culture bingo card that you could find on our website if you wanted to do your own and or play along. And we will be posting the results as well. And yeah, we had lots of fun doing this. So there was a bunch of different topics we kind of went with. Not topics. Go back, Sarah. Pop culture, like news things, different stuff like that we thought would happen.
Like, if you think of like the People's Magazine frontline, like breaking news.
Yeah. Or like random shit that you see on social media. One of them I thought was going to be a joke, and then it came true. We are not Nostradamus.
But let's just state, if this was a test in school, we passed.
We definitely passed. So one of the first boxes, or everything that we had on our bingo card, was final survive and thrive of the year. I have to pick a new phone, and I don't want to. But I also don't want to pay the stupid device balance for our phones. I'm at that point where I know it changes and stuff like that in different countries and stuff like that. So basically, I have a 14 Pro and I got a sick deal on it. And you pay so much per month. But they have this new thing where it's called Bring It Back. So basically, you have to bring it back. And if you don't bring back the phone, then you have to pay the device balance. You're no longer paying towards the amount of owning the phone, which annoys me. But then also, my phone doesn't keep a fucking charge. So it's like one of those like tit for tat things. I don't want to, but I have to.
Yeah.
And I chronically look at those GZ flip phones, and they're so cool. I want one. And then I was looking at, because I have like everything in the Apple ecosystem, but also I'm not like one of those, I will only buy this and that is all type of thing. But I also love an accessory. I mean, the computers last forever, but the fucking phones, like, I don't know. I feel like you do an update and then out of nowhere, it's like your phone's just a piece of shit, which I think is proven. I think there's something behind that legality wise and everything.
Probably.
And positive.
So that was your positive and your negative?
Okay, honestly, yeah, I can make that my positive and my negative. Just throw up decisions. And I had it set up so that way it was always like near Black Friday. So that way I always got a solid deal.
Yeah.
Which is great. But also it's like, when I was like in my 20s, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm going to get a new phone and just like update it whenever. And now I'm just like, oh, fuck, I don't want to. It's not that I'm used to the one that I have. It's just like, it takes away. Sometimes the process is like 2.5 hours.
Or longer.
Or longer. Or it's like, oh yeah, we'll sign you up for everything. And then you have to wait like 30 days. And then the last time we did it, Canada Post was on strike too. So it just like took forever. Things were getting lost. Anyways,
It's just an overall pain.
it's a pain in the ass. But also like, it's like, oh, new phone, shiny. Yeah, you know what I mean? Okay, Eva, what is yours?
Been sick for a week.
Oh yeah, she definitely has what I had.
So I think I have a combo of what your whole family had. I had the flu. I now have a cold.
And it's a never-ending cold.
Yeah.
It's never-ending story. Sorry.
I love Sarah. I hate this.
Oh yeah.
So much.
It's the fucking worst. So I usually lose my voice every November. But
I feel like keeps on gaslighting herself and going, "Is allergies?" And I'm like, "It's not allergies."
well, I have allergies, but allergies. I took allergy medicine, like I always do, which helped reduce down on it, but not completely take it away. So for me, it's always like a crapshoot of what it is, and then I don't know. I'm sorry, Eve.
I am ill. My thrive is. I feel like it's a survive and thrive. So we had great discussions about plans for 2026. Made all of these things. Made a ridiculous amount of mood boards. Made a Pinterest board. Made this. Made this. Yeah. Someone else that we really highlight and love has done the exact aesthetic that all of our mood boards have matched.
The funny thing is it's not even like one or two things. It's like every single thing that we're planning on doing. And it's not like we put it out into the universe. It just like we turned around and I just got a message from Eve to go check out the channel of this like specific podcast. And we were like, what the fuck?
And like, I'm not saying we created what this is, but we have been discussing it for months.
Oh yeah, since like August.
Since August of like, hey, because I always try to get kind of get pre-planned so we're not overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Kind of going into the next year. And so all of these things, doing all these things, starting to think about like promo shoots, promo shirts, which sounds so fancy. It's in our basement. Like going forth, color schemes, all of these other accents that like come into play. And unfortunately, we had to completely change. Granted, like I understand when people are like, "Oh, well, like it's not you didn't invent the wheel." I understand that. I'm very aware. And like we can do stuff similar, but it's like the podcast that we talk about, we enjoy. We've never like released anything like this, and we were so excited, and then it was like, oh, okay. Are you kidding me? I put so much effort into this.
It was like the fucking irony. I had like a whole bunch of shit figured out. I had like some pre-planned templates, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just delete those now.
So that made us now have to revisit everything, which granted, most of the time, I'd say, podcasters influence everything. You change it in January.
Yeah.
So like, I was expecting January.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, okay, it would be really funny if this happened in January. We both did it.
But they were like, wait.
Obviously, we are not as well known. But I was like,
no, them. It's a podcast that we chronically listen to. But I was like, I don't know. I think it's one of those like gray minds think alike situations.
I know. But it was like, oh, like, when you're.
I gotta do the thing again.
You're like trying to come up with a group project, and then someone goes in before you, and they take your like planet you want. And you're like, oh, I have a whole plan for Neptune. Yeah, so it's like my survive and thrive in the way that like I'm very excited for the plans that we have. I was just very like
you were sold.
We had like 3 meetings about it. 5 meetings, I mean sitting on the couch and whipping out about.
That's still a meeting.
But it was just very like, oh yeah, great. Lovely.
Also, like, I still felt like shit. You were starting to feel like shit. And we were like, son of a bitch. Like, now we got to rethink of it in a time where it's like, because right now it's like right before the beginning of December. But this was in November. I'd already like done a ton of shit in October. And it's kind of just like, okay, well, I got to start ahead of doing all these other stuff again. And then the holiday season, all the other stuff. It's just kind of like, really? I thought it was good.
The other thing was is that like I was like, oh, okay, I have some time off. Like I'm gonna work on this a bunch. Like we planned out like what parts we would work on and stuff like that. And I got sick and I was like, okay, great, I could still keep working out. And then I saw it and I was like, oh,
She messaged
I don't do anything.
fucking turn the thing on, and I was like, oh my god, that is ironically hilarious.
Yeah, but hopefully, if you're listening to this at the end of December, can you hype up the stuff in January? Because like we worked on the other stuff for like 3-4 months, and we can't use it now. So
But if we would love your pep.
if you're like, oh, this seems a lot more rushed than the other, yeah, we know.
Yeah, we 100% know it's more rushed. We are fully aware.
We were well aware. So on that note of rediscovering, renewing, and reflection.
It's so dramatic.
Yeah. Um, we'll get into the bingo squares that we said, and it baffles me that it's already been a year.
Oh, I know. And it's so funny because anytime I saw something that was even remotely, I'm like, wasn't this a bingo square? And Eve would be like, yeah, we go back and look.
I wish we could like almost have like an app and we could like exit out. Oh, we should make it like a note next year. We should download it as a picture and then we can like scratch it out every time.
Oh, that would be very satisfying. I'm not going to lie. I put all the things across and I was like, damn, look at us go.
You know what we should do for next year is I'll just smack this microphone.
Comment down below if you want to do what Eve's about to say.
Is every time we get a bingo square, we should post it.
Yeah, I thought about doing that. And then I didn't. I'm like, let's just be honest.
Well, we would just be like, yeah, that sounds great. Well, I remember it for next year.
And sometimes it's like, oh, I'll do the other stuff. I'll totally add it in. And then I'm like, crap.
I know. We got to do it for this year. Maybe after we're done recording, we can do it. Get it done.
Yeah.
We literally, it took
Definitely
us.
need to chapter this up.
Oh, yeah, I haven't eaten.
Oh, yeah.
But our first one was
The nostalgic rom-com remake or sequel.
Were we correct?
Yes, we were. So 2025 fully leaned into like the millennial Gen Z comfort nostalgia, not only just in like outfits, as we saw like Abercrombie relaunched a bunch of stuff, and so did Hollister as per clothes, but especially in like the rom-com genre. So with major titles like Bridget Jones' Diary, the Mad About the Boy movie came out, which is like a massive rom-com in like the early 2000s. I think one of them even came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of talk, but nothing was officially confirmed that Kate Hudson would come back as Andy.
Yes.
So if you don't know what that is what is it 10 Days to Lose a Guy? Or 7?
10.
It is 10, right? The other day I was like, is it a week? Love Fern.
Still
And so there's
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Sorry.
Yeah, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Thank you. So there is a lot more talks of a lot more different like remakes or spin-offs and stuff like that as well that should be coming out in the future. So if we check that off as a yes. Also, as per sequels, wasn't specifically rom-com, but was nostalgic, is Freakier Friday came out this year as well, which was awesome.
And Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming out next year.
Yeah. And I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I know what you did last time. The next one was Contacts Out, Glasses In.
So we put that as a yes. So fashion glasses have dominated like TikTok and Instagram. So fashion glasses are like your blue light glasses or ones that you wear with just clear lenses. But also a lot more folks are leaning towards like the 90s style wire frames. And prescription or non-prescription, you see a lot more eyeglass use versus contacts.
Which I think like a lot of people were like, oh, the amount of times that I would leave the bed. Like, I'm like, I don't understand why people are like, I hate wearing my glasses. I'm like, you can literally just take them off. You'd rather poke your eyeball?
My husband has this whole thing about touching his eyes. I was like, I could probably do it, but I'm 100% the person who would fall asleep with them in. A big thing apparently with the cultural shift is because of the It Girl era. So like Hailey Bieber, like with the little sunglasses. Was that your stomach?
I don't know.
Wow. And be like the It Girl kind of like cute, clean aesthetic or more like corporate, like fashion stuff. A lot more people are wearing glasses because of that. So it's seen as less nerdy and more cool now.
Oh, I always just thought it was cool.
I use them to see.
Yeah. Seeing's cool.
The next one we have is coffee trucks take off.
So, obviously, yes. If you've seen a lot of people making fun lattes and stuff like that, Remy Parsons was just most recently in Korea about it.
And then there's Tabitha. She's building a coffee truck with her dad.
Same with Nat's Cafe.
Yes.
Adorable. So all of them, that's mainly in America, but they've exploded across BC and the Pacific Northwest, showing up at beaches, hockey rinks, events, farmers markets, and corporate pop-ups. Social feeds are full of people reviewing them, total aesthetic, drink photos, fun, like, different antique things, and a lot of, like, fun merch stuff. So I've seen a lot more coming up. Same with soda shops, everything like this.
100%. The next one is Ed Sheeran retires. Well, that was a no, but I thought those was really funny and I wanted it in. So Ed Sheeran was asked this year if he was going to retire, and he said no. So he came out with his album Play this year, and then he's going to have Rewind, Forward, and Stop. And they're like, oh, does that mean we're coming to an end? And he goes, quite possibly, but I'm going to like be releasing them over like so many years, and then I'll have like other albums maybe like in between. And everyone was like, oh my goodness, no way. And they're like, well, do you ever think of having anything like when you like pass away? Because there's out of nowhere, like when some artists pass away, like all these extra songs and stuff like that come out. And he goes, he was telling them that he already has it actually written in as well. Unfortunately, he's had a lot of people he's close to pass away, but the album's name is Eject.
So that would be so fun. It's just like Ed Sheeran dies, and then they just like post a video of this like button click, and it's like eject, and this album comes up.
Yep. So he has like an entire album that's already planned out of different songs and like where he wants stuff to go. Obviously, like he has a family as well too.
Well, I know that like we all thought that he was gonna do like the seasons because he came out with Autumn, and we were like, oh my god.
So he hinted at that
recall.
again, that he might continue the seasons in between the other albums. He's not planning on going anywhere.
I know. But I was like, dude.
Right?
The next one was Kelly Clarkson launches a business/mentorship venture.
Yes. Yes.
Well, actually, it was kind of an accident.
Kind of yes. Yes. I was like, kind of yes, but kind of no.
So in January 2025, Kelly Clarkson launched her own record label, High Road Records, named after her ranch. And so this would give her the ability to have control over her own music and everything like that. It's not like she's independent because she owns her own record company, but when she announced it, everybody thought that she was signing people. So people were throwing demos at her, focusing on like, hey, we'd love to be signed by you. And she was like, hold up, guys. While I would love to do this, I'm a mom. I'm a single mom, like, who works 2 jobs.
The irony of you singing that song.
I want to focus on her. She wanted to focus on her own releases. And she was like, well, you know what? Like, I'll try and I'll uplift new talent. So it's kind of yes, kind of no, in the sense that like she has her own business venture for her own record label, but she's not taking other people.
But we took it as a yes because she launched her own business.
Totally.
Number 6 was thrifting, and eco-friendly fashion becomes the default. So sustainability's become like a foundational part of 2025 fashion culture. This was quoted in like Vogue and a bunch of other fashion magazines. Thrifting apps, secondhand markets, upcycling accounts are dominant on a lot of feeds, especially among Gen Z and millennials. High-waist, fast fashion continues to be publicly criticized, pushing more people towards lower impact clothing habits. The trend is widely acknowledged in the fashion reporting. So yes, it was very easy, yes.
Whoop, whoop. Next one is DC Comics gets it right and creates a box office banger. This was a yes because James Gunn's Superman, which performed very well at the box office and restored fan faith in the franchise. Ever since James Gunn has signed over, he's agreeing to do a bunch of things, and there is rumors that Grant Gustin's come back as the Flash, and I'm so happy. Obviously, for many, many years, the Marvel Universe has dominated the superhero world, but this shined a little bit of light and kind of made it seem like DC's finally getting it right. This is where this prediction landed, so we are saying yes, we are hopeful for the future.
Yes, there is like some merger purchase going on, which could change things again, but I hope James Gunn stays with the universe because he does a great job.
Totally.
Yeah. The next one is MAC makeup becomes the top popular brand again. So this was like one of those like yes no things. So it wasn't officially crowned number one by the industry metrics, which they kind of released those later in December. So maybe I'll pop in and say something. But the Mac Renaissance is real because it's popping up in like tons of videos. Like I'm watching OG YouTubers reuse their Mac products. Everyone's starting to like kind of go back to it. You're seeing it appear even if they're not talking about it. A lot of people are bringing it up again. Their advent calendar hits every year with like full-size products. A lot of people are like obsessed with it right now because of that if you don't watch those. But they re-released a bunch of their like 90s shades where a lot of people like them because they were used on like Angelina Jolie or Courtney Cox, Jennifer Aniston, stuff like that. And those were re-released, which was super cool. And then they brought back their lip gloss, which is their lip gloss that like stays on forever. Except if you're in the wind, your hair will stick to it. Studio Fix Spray is always a huge thing. And then the Velvet Teddy Rain cult classic status. So for the bingo prediction, we put this as a yes.
And this one kind of snuck in. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I said it randomly that Taylor Swift was gonna release a new album. In October, she released Life of a Showgirl. And honestly, kind of shattered everything. It's a bit different than anybody else's. So any of her previous albums, storytelling, kind of what her showgirl phase was. Social media exploded, as you probably say.
Oh my gosh. Very catchy things.
And she's well known for her Easter eggs, all of those other things. I was a little bit surprised because we were waiting and I was like halfway through the year and I was like, I don't think I'm actually gonna get this one.
Yeah.
And then, she did her thing, dropped that Easter egg, and I was like, October. It's happening.
It's happening.
So obviously that was a yes.
Yeah. One of our predictions was that Chappell Roan launches a perfume. And unfortunately, that was a nana. So despite her massive rise in popularity, unique branding, and the fan belief that she should have a fragrance line that was found online, Chappell Roan has not yet released one. But she's done like a ton of other collabs and apparently has a lot of stuff coming for 2026. So.
If it's in 2026, I'm going to be like, rude. Tried my best. Right. Number 11.
This is the one I said I said this as a passing joke. And then, especially in the last like week, there has been a ton of articles.
So specifically in Canada, bioengineered meat launches to the public. It's on a stall right now, but it was released into the public, and it was like cloned by their bioengineered meat, which basically means it's made in a lab. And parts of our country wanted to I would disguise it so that it was not specifically labeled as bioengineered meat. Even though regulations are still shifting, it was announced that it was going to be launched in the next few months.
Yeah, so there has been a giant amount of public backlash for obvious reasons, in my opinion. So they're no longer moving forward with that. 48 hours ago, the CEO of Campbell's was caught on a hot mic, stating that he would never eat Campbell's. It's trash. Nobody should eat it. And who the fuck wants to eat 3D printed meat because they only use bioengineered meat in Campbell's soups. So it's Campbell's soup, chunky soup, stuff like that. So I do not know if that is specific to the United States or if that is outside of the United States. But for anybody who grew up eating Campbell's chicken noodle soup when you were sick or the vegetable soup, I ate the vegetable soup, probably because I knew. But it's in my brain.
That's just BS. You just like the vegetable soup.
It's so good. I love the little letters. But yeah, fucking gross. I was like, I'm going to put this out there. I was going to say something about robots. I'm really glad I didn't.
The next one was Kylie Kelsey has the number one rated podcast.
So she had the biggest launch in new podcast history.
And she's still killing it.
She's still killing it. As per her category is supposed to be, I think like people and blogs type of thing, pop culture. And that would rate her in there. So we were just kind of going like, so when she came out, massive launch, she's still one of the number one podcasts. Overall, yet those numbers have not come out. So that would put her in line with people like Dax Shepard's podcast, the Mel Robbins podcast, and, Joe Rogan.
And New Heights.
It's so funny if she beat them.
She just In the halfway through it?
No, in the halfway through when she did. But can you imagine at the end of the year? Oh, the clout. She'd be sitting there and be like, I'm sorry, I can't do that at the holiday dinner. I'm the number one guest.
And she also had a baby in like March.
Girl can do anything.
She literally held the baby going, oh yeah, it's been 3 months.
Yeah, oh yeah, I had a baby.
I had a baby 3 days ago.
Here's my baby.
Number 13 was obviously the free space, so we get a guess. Yay. And number 14, witch sneakers and skate shoes come back with a vengeance.
With a vengeance. Everyone is dressing like me when I was in high school now. Baggy pants, baggy hoodie.
Can I just say to millennials, you didn't invent baggy pants.
No, we didn't invent baggy pants, but man, comfort culture it was either you were completely comfortable or completely uncomfortable. Like you were wearing like low-rise jeans and baby doll tops and like fucking high heels, or you were wearing like baggy ass pants, baggy shirts, baggy sweaters, and skater shoes.
See, I've been dressing like this since I was a wee little lad.
Yes. Lad. Oh,
I'm a little lad. So fashion publications, including Glamour, confirmed the return of wedge sneakers. Meanwhile, skate shoes fans, DC Ethans, have become widely popular again, thanks to the Y2K revival and Gen Z nostalgia. Influencers have brought back chunky, padded shoes with wide-leg pants, reviving the entire 2000 silhouette. And you know what that also means? The wet edges on the bottom of your shoe, on your pants.
That's the whole thing. But I find with a lot of the baggy pants, even when I see them on the models, they're wearing them so they're almost like flood pants, which is like what I ended up having because I have like 36 inseam and I've been this height since I was like 12, 13 years old. We used to have to get them so they were long enough and they would like drag on the ground basically. And then you would get like, it would be like wet up to your ankles and it's fucking horrible experience.
Yeah.
And then because, you know, we only wore those low rise socks, there's just like a lot of friction, a lot of wet. It was gross. Chafing, ankle chafing. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm going to make it a thing. And now I feel like a lot more people are like, oh yeah, I have it. So they're like 7/8 or 3/4 pants. And I'm like, it's like longer than a capri, but not. And I'm like, girl, aren't your ankles fucking cold? You clearly do not live in Canada.
I know. You've always baffled me. The other thing is the like platforms of like Crocs are back.
Oh yeah. Or Crocs have been like living strong for a long time now. Well, they're just getting fancier and fancier.
I just don't like the little pokies.
Oh, the pokies in the bottom. I don't like those either. That's why I like the ones that I had.
Sherpa.
Yeah, with the Sherpa on the inside.
I do enjoy those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just did that one.
One of the ones that we had that unfortunately was a no is that Zendaya launches new music. So, well, she has stated that she's super open to music and stuff like that in the future. That's just not something that she's going to do at this time.
Number 16 was Tabitha and Michael, engaged or married. Unfortunately not. If you don't know who Tabitha is adorable. Michael Scazzo? I don't know. He's friends with Alex Warren. He opened him for a tour. They're very cute. Fortunately, as of November 24th, 2025, there's no rumors of them being engaged or married. But on a side note, she did make a song called When I'm Ready.
Yeah.
And very relatable, very cute. But unfortunately,
also, she's done a lot of other great things in her life because, you know, we can't just measure women by if they have babies or if they get engaged. She was finally able to purchase a home, which is, again, we talked about her before in the other thing. She started rebuilding and making a coffee truck with her dad, which is something she's always aspired to. And she moved to Tennessee. So she had a lot of stuff that happened in 2020.
Oh, yeah. We were just like spitting.
I know. It's one of those things that's hopeful, but eventually. But they seem happy, and that's the point that counts. And here you go. Eve, you can announce the most exciting news that broke the internet this year.
August 2025. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged.
Mm-hmm.
The world broke. Instagram broke.
Yes.
Yes, they got engaged. They announced it, I believe, August 28th. I think they got engaged 3 weeks prior. It blew up. People were crying.
People were crying. People were also like crazy. Like,
people
why did she keep it to herself? Oh my God, forbid this woman has a child on the line all the time. Oh my God. No, but like the scary part is like, if you don't know like the lore and stuff like that, like Taylor Swift unfortunately has had several stalkers, and there's a lot of things that you have to put in place when you're someone that is that popular like her.
Yeah.
And obviously she wants to keep some of this to like herself and just have it be like, I don't know, normal for a bit.
Well, even like when you get engaged, obviously I've been engaged so many times. When you get engaged, you want to be able to like appreciate it and tell your family. Like you wouldn't announce it on Instagram
Yeah.
right away. Most people don't.
The thing that like was the scariest though was she has all this happiness. Everyone's like freaking out. People were like oddly, what do they call it? It's like not symbiotic, parasocial. Like their social relationships with like some of these guys who thought that they were going to marry Taylor Swift, and then the girls who were like, "Why would you do that?" Or the threats to Travis that you better not hurt her. Oh my goodness. On a lighter note, the next square was non-alcoholic beverages dominate.
I am so happy to state that zero proof cocktails, adaptogenic drinks. That sounds sexual. And functional wellness beverages continue to surge. Do you know how much joy it brings me? So there was a study brought out about the amount that Gen Z is drinking versus like millennials,
and less than millennials.
which everybody was like, it's because Gen Z is still a child. I would like to state that in 3 years, Gen Z will officially all be adults
Yes.
because Gen Alpha is 2010 and on.
Yeah.
Anytime we have a caffeine addiction, the like Alani's, Bloom, all of these ones are taking off. Don't forget matcha, matcha. But it is so refreshing not to hear, oh, I'd like to reference this drink. And you go, okay, great. So then you go to look it up and it's like 7%. And I'm like, why?
I will state that it has done almost this like backward approach. So I went to the liquor store with my friend because she was picking up some drinks and I burst out laughing. So they have a non-alcoholic section. So some of these make sense. I look at it and I started killing myself laughing because hey y'all, non-alcoholic was in there. I was like, bitch, just go buy yourself some iced tea. So I know that there's these things that they came out with called like essence. So it has like, it's supposed to be something that makes the flavor, mimic the flavor of like gin and vodka, but without the actual alcohol content. And I saw the iced teas and I was like, really? And then there was another one that made me laugh too. So my husband's tried like the non-alcoholic beer. This is just a PSA though. If you try the Corona non-alcoholic beer, it is actually considered a vitamin D supplement with how it's made, and you're not supposed to drink more than 2. Fun fact, if you drink or have a lot of vitamin D, you get constipated. So maybe watch it.
Same thing with like you reference. More soda shops have taken off. A lot of different brands have come out with drinks. I just like Canada, we don't have alcohol in the store.
Well, we have alcohol in some stores. So specifically Loblaws has a license and Save on Foods. But it depends.
Food does?
Yeah. So it depends on how close in proximity it is to another alcohol. But it's mainly beer and wine.
Yeah.
It's like nothing like there. You can't buy like vodka. Like it's just like they called it low level alcohol. So like, they call it social alcohol. I'm like everything's social.
I think it's still like if you're making food, then like you can buy wine.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I'm very happy about it. So that was a yes.
For the next square, Kate Hudson returns in an iconic role. So just Kate Hudson returning essentially. She was 100% iconic. If anybody hasn't watched it already, Running Point came out on Netflix. It is not for the family. It is definitely for adults. There's lots of swearing. There's some schmexy time on there, but it is fucking hilarious. They're currently making a new season. It has Brenda Song on it, and it is a really great funny show about a family, very dysfunctional family who runs a basketball team.
Next one was TikTok is not banned in the US. Hi TikTok. Hi America. We know you can still see us. TikTok has been under a de jure nationwide ban in the U.S. since January 19th, 2025 due to the national security concerns, while enforcement has varied across states. So this one is a no, but there's a new app coming.
Okay, so it's like a no and a yes, because technically it is banned. I put it as a yes, because technically it was banned and did go offline for like 24 to 48 hours at one point, again. And then it's gone through Congress. They've made them sell the portion that is specifically in the United States, so that way It's American owned and on American land. And then allegedly there's going to be a new app that comes out. So it's not going to be Lemonade, which is another offshoot from TikTok. It's going to be like a completely different one that is like specifically for the US.
Hello, Canadians. Yeah. The next one was the Lumiere have made a comeback.
Eve was very excited about this and she pulled this out of her ass.
No, I literally, like, because the Lumieres haven't been around. They haven't toured or anything. I think it was 5 years.
It was something ridiculously long.
They came out with their new album, Automatic, on February 14th, 2025, making a strong return and earning positive fan feedback. Their new song hits both nostalgia and modern folk listeners. Tours and promo boosted for the band back into cultural conversations. This square was a hell yes, and I don't know. This is one of the ones that, like, I'm like, maybe I'm psychic.
The next one is Korean simplistic makeup takes over more than ever. Sephora has transitioned a ton of brands out of their stores and brought in specifically Korean beauty and Korean beauty online. Olive Young, which is a massive Korean beauty shop, is talking about opening stores in North America, which is exciting. Please come to Canada. Everyone always gives us. There's a lot more like major brands. You see it becoming a lot more common outside of just like makeup. I mean, I love a 2016 face every once in a while, like 2016 glam.
Yeah.
But you see a lot more skincare focus, which some of the routines are ridiculous, and Korean makeup, it's actually not that ridiculous. But you know, consumerism.
Totally.
But definitely a yes.
The next one, which I would make the running joke of what are they going to milk next? A new milk alternative. And there's not been one, there's been many. To reference, hazelnut milk, chickpea milk, lab-grown dairy milk have all entered consumer testing or wider visibility. Companies developing precision fermented milk prototypes gained major media coverage in 2025. There has also been peanut milk.
Oh, yeah.
What was the other one? There was one sunflower milk.
Oh, yeah, I saw that with a girl, which made me laugh.
I sent it to Sarah and I was like, what is this?
People are like, oh, yeah, the sunflower milk alternative is great. It's like frothy. It stays. I'm like, because it has built-in oil, sunflower oil. And that's the whole thing with a lot of the other nut milks. There's not a significant amount of oil, so you have to put it in order to like stabilize it, or that's why it doesn't really go frothy. So, yeah, it appears they will literally milk anything, and if they can't milk it, they will make it the fuck up.
Oh, Atlanta.
I know, I can't remember what the brand name is, but you can definitely Google it. The lab-grown milk is 100% artificially made and is still not supposed to be consumed if you're allergic to dairy. So it still derives from something, so I'm going to say that's a no for vegans.
Like, but also, like, can we just stop?
Hey, could we not? Could we just heal the earth? There are countries that their main food groups are just beans and rice, and they survive, and they're way fucking healthier than all of us. You know what we need? More fiber.
Number 24. Meta traffic declines. Full revamp. Unfortunately, there was not a full revamp.
Unfortunately, no. Facebook is just as fucking boring as ever.
Well, Meta saw engagement declines. The company did not announce a major overhaul.
No, but I honestly feel like if they were to separate Facebook Marketplace as its own app, I would see a significant decline in Facebook. Facebook Marketplace is great. It's great and it's terrible because it goes one of two ways. You could either sell something in less than an hour or have 85 people ask you some stupid fucking question and then they never show up.
And to finish it off,
unfortunately, it's gotten significantly worse. Drugstore makeup prices dropped to $10 and under. No, that has not happened. There have been, some people call them knockoff or dupe brands, stuff like that. Like MCO, other ones that were offered in other countries that have now expanded out worldwide more. But I feel like there are some companies that used to always be affordable and now they're launching different stuff. They're like, oh, we're launching different products and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it's the same shit in a different fucking package. You guys, this stuff was always good. People are just assholes before. A rise in like Essence makeup I've seen. Honestly, like wear what doesn't fuck up your face. If you can only buy makeup at the Dollar Tree, that's nothing against you. You roll with what you've got. You're probably going to be a lot more crafted when you go to get other stuff.
I'm also allergic to 90% of it. So
I know. I'm so tired of them like, oh, we added essential oils. Fuck off with your essential oils. I don't want them in there.
oh my
The triple racing just smelling like fucking vanilla and cupcakes. Out of nowhere, poor Eve has an issue with
everything.
I was like everything.
Everything.
Peppermint. She pulls out a lip gloss, sticks it on, and goes, oh, because the other one was spearmint, which is different and tastes totally no issue. This one she goes, this is now yours. It burns.
Oh, and I'm still dealing with that.
But Eve, drum roll, please. Editing Sarah, please enter a drum roll. That brings us to our final score of 16 yes and 9 no.
So we would like to state we passed.
I will post the picture, but we definitely got a straight across diagonal.
Did we?
Yes, we did. We've got this. We're going to have fun doing another one because, again, this is for shits and giggles. Did we think half of the shit was going to happen? No. No, we did not.
I would also like to state, would you like to know what our percentage is?
What?
We got a C+.
Oh, not 64%. Solid. But yeah, if you have any 2026 predictions that you would like to add into the list or anything that you personally predicted that has come true for 2025, please comment down below if you are on YouTube or on any of our social media posts.
And if this is your first episode you've ever listened to, one, we have a lot more that you can listen to. There's been like 49 this year.
2, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Sarah. I'm old, and Eva's the young one.
We are intergenerational sisters. And over the next few weeks, we're gonna try our best to be giving you little sneak peeks of what 2026 will look like.
Yeah, we can only hope. But yeah, so stay as warped and twisted as ever. And Happy New Year. Peace. Real raw and ready to talk today. We'll be back next Monday with more in store. Catch you then, we're always here for more.